Hi everyone, Bifties here, welcome to my Exile. This is another video in my Made Easy series for Path of Exile 2. Just trying to share what I've learned over the 250 hours that I've put into the game so far. And I wanted to cover a video really about respecs. Now, respecs are a little bit different in Path of Exile 2 than I've been used to in previous games. I love a respec. I can sit there for an hour and quite happily go through a new build. But the things that you need to be aware of is that the amount, the gold cost can build up quite quickly. So just be aware of how much you're spending. It may actually be worth doing one node at a time rather than removing many. Now, the thing that I think is most different about respecing in Path of Exile 2 is that there will be times at which you can see a more efficient path to the nodes that you really want. Now, you may have to take a certain route through the passive tree that isn't necessarily exactly what you want, but that it will serve you in the meantime. But then at some point you're going to get to a place where you can see a better way to get there, or you may have actually learnt through your time that there are certain nodes that you took that you don't need. I've spoken in previous videos, probably with regards to leveling and maybe some specific build guides that I've talked about. But when you're actually picking your passives, you do want to really aim for the main nodes. If you don't want a main node, then don't take the minor nodes up until that. You're only going to take minor nodes if you're working towards a major. Now, you might want to grab a major for a short time. It might serve you in the beginning, and then you're going to drop it. But like I said, the cost to your gold can significantly increase. Now, the reason that I'm making this video now is that I'm at a point in the game where I think, having not played Path of Exile 1 and really trying to learn the game as best I can, I've mostly stuck to the campaign. I've been through all 3 acts, both on normal and on cruel. Multiple times. I've taken a witch through to Endgame, and I've got 2 mercenaries all the way there, and another mercenary build that's halfway there because I'm waiting for the next ascendancy class to come out and kind of hoping that maybe I can grab it straight away. But what I'm realizing is, as I start Endgame, and the last video I made was about starting Endgame, so go check that out if you need any tips. But what I'm noticing is it's a very, very different game, and I now need probably quite a different build. So therefore, that's going to involve changing my gear, moving more towards my resistances, but also my passives are going to have to change. And I'm really not quite sure how I'm actually going to do that at the minute. So I'll probably pop over to Maxroll, maybe check out a couple of build guides for the same class, and then see what I can do with that. But respecking is a lot of fun, and I think it might be as good as it's ever been in Path of Exile 2. But the cost can really build up. Be careful. You might want to save your gold for later. You are going to need to do respecs probably around about Endgame, or there's going to be a partial one. And I did also do another video on loot filters, and there's a point at which you can increase the amount of filtering that they do, because the one that I've done, and there's a video, I'll put a link in the description, but that allows you to ramp up how much is hidden, and there's a point at which the gold is hidden. Now, I'm certainly not at the point where I can afford to do that, so that limits my loot filtering. But like I said, it can get really expensive to do a respec. Enjoy yourself, really make the most of it. Don't be afraid to try things. I think the search facility within the passive tree is an excellent way to go. Find a word that you're going to focus on. For the witch, I focused on minion, and that was really good. But that doesn't mean that I didn't respec there. I just ended up taking slightly different nodes that contained the word minion. For the Mercenary, I don't know if it's as easy with other classes, but which was straightforward, just minion. For the Mercenary, it really is crossbow, projectile and grenade. Those 3 words will literally get me pretty much anything I want. The only thing I didn't realize was that the crossbow is of course a 2-handed weapon, so therefore taking any boosts in 2-handed was really useful. So again, I did slightly respec there, went in a slightly different direction, and there's been a few times where I've gone all the way back to the beginning and I was a little bit silly because I didn't realize how much I was spending. So I don't know how many times I can say it. Be really careful with the amount of gold you're spending, but really do enjoy it. Play around with it. You're going to learn a lot through doing respecs, and they're really easy to do. You obviously just sell the previous node, or you can sell a few. You just have to make sure that there's a path to anything that you want to keep. So hopefully this was helpful. I'll put some links in the description for some of the other videos. I think the loot filters will help you as well. They go pretty well with learning the game if you're looking for anything to do with respecs. And obviously my build guides are available if they're of any use to you. But thanks for watching. I'm Bifties. This is The Cave. Welcome to my exile. See you next time.